Hey there, my friends over 60, let's talk about something close to your heart, walking. That daily stroll you love, the one that keeps you feeling alive, independent, and strong. But what if I told you one simple walking habit could quietly raise your stroke risk? Not while you're out there moving, but in the stillness of night, while you sleep. No chest pain. No dizziness. No warning. One moment, you're dreaming peacefully, the next, you wake up. Your arm won't move, your words slur, or the room spins like a carousel. As a brain doctor, I've seen this happen far too often to vibrant, active seniors. Not because they smoked or had sky-high cholesterol, but because of something they thought was good for them, walking. Yes, walking. Done the wrong way, at the wrong time, or with the wrong habits. It can silently harm your circulation, form blood clots, and set the stage for a stroke. When your brain is most vulnerable, between 2 and 6 a.m. Today, I'm sharing 9 walking mistakes I've seen cause real harm. Even in the healthiest seniors. Real stories from real people who thought they were doing everything right. Until one walk changed their lives forever. If you care about your brain, your independence, or someone you love, stay with me. This is for you. Before we start, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a health tip crafted just for you. If you find this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments. If it misses the mark, let me know with a 0 so I can make it better. Ready? Let's dive in. 1. Walking without water, courting dehydration-induced clots. You take pride in staying active, don't you? That morning or afternoon walk, it's your ritual, your badge of independence. It's hope in motion, medicine for your body and soul. But here's a quiet danger, walking without water. Just one glass could be the difference between a healthy stride and a stroke that steals your freedom in the night. As we age, our sense of thirst fades. That walk that felt energizing at 50, at 70, it can sap your body's fluids. Even if it's just 20 minutes around the block. Your kidneys don't filter like they used to. Your blood thickens, slows, and starts to clump. Those clumps, blood clots, silent, sneaky, and deadly, they can form while you walk and travel to your brain while you sleep, cutting off oxygen in seconds. I'll never forget Mr. Jameson, a 79-year-old firefighter from Colorado Springs. Strong, sharp, the kind of man who seemed to defy aging. He walked 2 miles every day, rain or shine, in dry mountain air. But he hated carrying water. Makes me feel like a tourist, he'd laugh. For over a year, he walked dehydrated, ate dinner, relaxed. Never suspecting his blood was thickening. Until one morning, his wife found him collapsed. His right side paralyzed, his mouth drooping. A left middle cerebral artery stroke, one of the worst. His labs showed elevated blood viscosity from chronic dehydration. No blockages, no heart issues, just clots from walking without water. Even mild dehydration can thicken your blood by 10% or more, slowing flow to your brain's tiniest vessels. At night, when your blood pressure dips and oxygen drops, your brain becomes a sitting target. Winter's just as dangerous as summer. Dry air pulls moisture from your lungs and skin. I've seen patients stroke out in January after a short, cold walk, never guessing the crisp air was silently stealing their hydration. Here's my plea: before every walk, drink 6 to 8 ounces of water, room temperature. After, drink another glass. Don't wait for thirst, it's too late by then. Carry a small bottle. If you feel dizzy, dry-mouthed, or unusually tired, your body's waving a red flag. Listen to it. Mr. Jameson survived, but he uses a cane now. He can't drive. In rehab, he whispered, "I thought I was doing everything right. I didn't know water could save my independence." Let his story save yours. But dehydration's just the start. What if the sunlight you love on your walks is quietly triggering inflammation in your brain's blood vessels? Stay with me for habit 2, it'll surprise you. If you're finding this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments. 2. Walking without sun protection, stoking stroke-linked inflammation. There's nothing like an afternoon walk under a bright sky, is there? The sun lifts your mood, gives you vitamin D, brings back memories of carefree days. But as a brain doctor, I've seen the sun turn from friend to foe for seniors. Unprotected sun exposure during your walks can silently raise your stroke risk. As we age, our skin thins, our immune system weakens, and our brain's blood vessels grow fragile. Ultraviolet, UV, radiation doesn't just burn your skin, it sends a shockwave through your vascular system. Even 20 minutes of unprotected sun can trigger oxidative stress, inflaming the endothelium, the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Over time, this narrows arteries, stiffens them, and invites microclots that can travel to your brain in your sleep. Meet Mrs. Elaine Madsen, a 76-year-old widow from Tempe, Arizona. She loved her sunset walks with her terrier, Pepper. Sandals on, no hat, no sunglasses. The sun felt good, she said. She never thought twice. But slowly, her blood pressure fluctuated. She felt tired, dizzy, her vision blurred, signs she dismissed as aging. Until one morning, her daughter found her on the kitchen floor, face drooping, unable to speak. A left-sided ischemic stroke stole her words. Her blood work showed chronic endothelial inflammation, elevated C-reactive protein, and oxidative damage, all linked to years of unprotected walks in Arizona's intense sun. Elaine didn't feel sick. She wasn't smoking or overexerting. But her daily dose of unprotected sunlight had inflamed her brain's vessels, setting the stage for a clot. Here's the scary part. The sun's damage builds silently. Your eyes, a direct window to your brain, take a hit too. Unfiltered UV light harms retinal arteries, raising risks for both vision loss and cerebral inflammation. So, what can you do? Wear a wide-brimmed hat to shade your face and neck. Choose UV-protective sunglasses that wrap around your temples. Opt for lightweight, long-sleeve shirts in strong sun. Avoid peak UV hours, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sun protection isn't about vanity, it's about saving your brain, your eyes, your independence. Elaine walks again now, with a cane, a hat, and UV sunglasses. I didn't know the sun could hurt my brain, she told me, her voice heavy. Don't let it hurt yours. If you're still with me, drop a 1 in the comments. But hold on, what if walking alone, with no one to spot the warning signs, is your real danger? Habit 3 might hit close to home. 3. Walking in isolation, no one to notice the warning signs. There's something sacred about walking alone, isn't there? A quiet moment to gather your thoughts, soak in nature. Feel in control of your world. You've earned that solitude, that peace. But as a brain doctor, I've seen walking alone turn deadly for seniors. Not because walking's bad, it's vital, but because no one's there to notice when your body whispers something's wrong. Strokes don't always start with a collapse. They begin with subtle signs, a slurred word, a moment of confusion. A flicker of numbness in your arm or leg. Alone, you might brush it off as fatigue or just getting old. But those could be a transient ischemic attack, TIA, a mini-stroke. A clot briefly cutting oxygen to your brain. Without someone watching, you miss the chance to act fast. Mr. Leonard Baines, a 75-year-old widower from Minnesota, was fiercely independent. "Doc, I've walked every day since my wife passed," he told me. "It keeps me grounded." Every morning, he walked 2 miles, no phone, no partner, just a cap and jacket. One frosty January morning, he had a weird spell. He forgot his direction. His right leg dragged. No one was around, so he sat on a bench, waited, and walked home. The next morning, a pounding headache, blurred vision, confusion. His daughter called 911. A cerebral embolism, a clot in his brain, had struck. That weird spell? A mini-stroke he ignored because he was alone. If someone had been there, they might have noticed his slurred speech. His uneven steps, his sudden forgetfulness. They could have called for help before permanent damage set in. Leonard recovered, but his speech is slow, his balance shaky. "I wish someone had been there," he said, just to say, "Hey, Leonard, something's not right." You walk alone because you're strong, not careless. But strength means knowing when you need a second set of eyes. Many seniors don't realize they've had a stroke until days later. Without help in the first 3 to 4.5 hours. Medications like TPA, tissue plasminogen activator, can't dissolve clots in time. That window closes silently while you wait. So, here's my advice: don't give up your independence. But walk with a friend once or twice a week. Join a senior walking group. Tell a neighbor your route and check in after. Carry a phone or medical alert bracelet that detects falls. Leonard walks with his daughter now. They talk, they watch each other. "Solitude is peaceful," he said, "but silence can be deadly." If you're still here, drop a 1 in the comments. Next up, what if the timing of your walk, like after a heavy dinner, could spike your stroke risk overnight? Habit 4 might change your evening routine. 4. Walking after a heavy dinner, bad timing, bad pressure. There's something so comforting about a post-dinner walk, isn't there? It helps digestion, unwinds the day, maybe lowers your blood sugar. But as a neurologist, I've seen this well-meaning habit quietly increase stroke risk in seniors, especially after a hearty meal. Picture this: you've enjoyed a warm dinner, maybe roast, potatoes, a glass of wine. You think, "I'll take a quick walk to settle my stomach." But your body's already working hard, shifting blood to your digestive system for postprandial hyperemia. In younger folks, that's no problem. But at 65 or older, with hypertension, diabetes, or stiff arteries, this shift can starve your brain of blood, reduced cerebral perfusion. Now at a walk, your muscles demand oxygen, your heart pumps harder. But your brain? It's the silent loser in this tug-of-war. This can cause dizziness, weakness, or microclots from sluggish blood flow. By bedtime, as your blood pressure spikes during REM sleep, a clot formed hours earlier could block a cerebral artery. Mrs. Harriet Carlson, a 74-year-old piano teacher from Albany, loved her evening routine, a hearty dinner, then a 20-minute walk. "It makes me feel light before bed," she said. But one morning, her neighbor noticed her newspaper untouched at 9 a.m. Paramedics found her confused, unable to speak, a left hemisphere ischemic stroke. Her blood pressure had surged overnight, her blood viscous. That walk, just 15 minutes after pork chops and pie, forced her body to compete for circulation, setting the stage for a clot. Harriet's in speech therapy now. I thought walking after dinner was right, she said. I didn't know it could take my words. Her story breaks my heart because it's so common. Seniors move to stay healthy, but timing matters. Wait at least 90 minutes after a heavy meal before walking. Keep dinner light if you plan to stroll. Save brisk walks for mornings or early afternoons when your body's ready. Try gentle indoor movement after eating, stretching, light chores. Harriet walks again, but lighter meals, later strolls, and more awareness. My body's not 40 anymore, she said. It's about walking wisely. Drop a 1 in the comments if this resonates. Next, what if the way you stand while walking is quietly squeezing the arteries to your brain? Habit 5 is a game changer. 5. Walking with poor posture, the hidden stroke risk. Your daily walk is your pride, your strength, your independence. But how you carry yourself, your posture, could be silently starving your brain. It's not about speed or distance. It's about alignment. For those over 65, poor posture isn't just a sore back, it's a stroke risk. Aging pulls us forward. Shoulders slump, necks tilt down. Eyes scan the ground to avoid a fall. It feels safe, instinctive. But that forward head tilt compresses your carotid arteries, the highways delivering oxygen to your brain. In older adults with stiffer or narrower arteries, even slight compression slows blood flow, creating turbulence that can form clots. One dislodged clot, one quiet night, and a stroke strikes without warning. Mr. Albert Knox, a 78-year-old accountant from Illinois, learned this the hard way. During a morning walk, he felt lightheaded, his vision blurred. His left hand tingled. A transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke. He walked with a severe slouch, head down at a 45-degree angle. A habit from a fall years ago. I thought I was being safe, he said. But a carotid ultrasound showed reduced blood flow when his neck tilted forward. His safe posture was choking his brain's oxygen supply. Albert was lucky, no permanent damage. With physical therapy, core work, and trekking poles, his posture's stronger, his confidence back. I didn't know the way I walked could harm me, he said. So, ask yourself, how's my posture? Are you looking down or ahead at life? Lift your chin, gaze 10 to 15 feet forward. Pull your shoulders back, imagine a string lifting your head. Use trekking poles for stability. Stretch your neck and back daily. Posture is muscle memory, you can retrain it. Don't wait for dizziness or slurred speech. Protect your brain now by walking right. If this hits home, comment 1 below. Coming up, could your shoes, yes, your shoes, be disrupting your circulation and raising your stroke risk? Habit 6 is right under your feet. 6. Wearing the wrong shoes, tripping up your brain. Shoes. They're just something you slip on, right? But for seniors, the wrong shoes, too tight, too flat, too worn, can mean the difference between a healthy walk and a stroke. It's not just about comfort. It's about circulation, balance, and blood clots. As we age, our feet change. Fat pads thin, arches flatten, ankles stiffen. Shoes that felt fine at 50 can now compress veins and nerves, slowing blood return from your legs. Sluggish blood forms clots, and a clot that reaches your brain, that's a stroke waiting to happen. Poor shoes also throw off your stride, your posture, your balance, straining your spine and neck arteries, reducing oxygen to your brain. Mrs. Jeannie Rohr, a 72-year-old librarian from Maine, loved her stylish canvas slip-ons, no arch support, no cushion. They're light and easy, she said. But she started feeling tingling toes, lightheadedness. One morning, her foot gave out. She fell, hit her head. In the ER, a small cerebellar stroke was found, caused by a deep vein thrombosis, DVT, from shoes that compressed her feet. Those slip-ons started a domino effect that nearly stole her independence. Jeannie walks again in fitted orthopedic shoes. I never thought shoes could hurt my brain, she said. Don't make her mistake. Choose shoes with arch support, shock-absorbing soles, roomy toe boxes. Avoid flat shoes. Your feet need slight elevation for circulation. Get your gait checked every year or two by a podiatrist. Replace worn-out shoes. Your feet are your foundation. Support them to protect your brain. Comment 1 if you're still with me. Next, what if the ground you walk on is putting your brain at risk? Habit 7 might make you rethink your route. 7. Walking on steep or uneven surfaces, spiking pressure. A walk through your neighborhood or park feels like peace, doesn't it? A few hills, some gravel, a sloped sidewalk, it's a challenge, good exercise. But for seniors, those uneven surfaces can overload your heart and brain, quietly setting the stage for a stroke. Uphill walks make your heart pump harder. Downhill tests your balance. Uneven ground demands constant correction. For a younger body, that's fine. But at 65 or older, these surfaces spike your systolic blood pressure, stressing vessel walls and dislodging plaque or forming clots. Your vestibular system and baroreceptors, the sensors regulating balance and pressure, slow with age. This can lead to irregular blood flow, even transient ischemic attacks. Mr. Raymond Ellis, an 81-year-old from Pennsylvania, walked a hilly forest trail daily with his cane. It keeps me young, he said. One rainy morning, he slipped on a muddy slope. His heart raced, his head spun. He sat, thinking it'd pass. Hours later, at home, he was confused, slurring, a right-sided parietal stroke. The uneven terrain, combined with slight dehydration, pushed his blood pressure beyond safe limits, triggering microclots. Raymond walks now, but on a flat school track with a friend. I thought hills were helping, he said. They were hurting my brain. Stick to flat, paved paths, school tracks, sidewalks, indoor malls. Wear grippy shoes, pause often, carry water. Don't push through fatigue or dizziness. Your body's whispering, listen to it. Drop a 1 in the comments if this is sinking in. Next, could distractions during your walk be stealing your awareness? Habit 8 is a wake-up call. 8. Walking while distracted, missing critical signs. Walking is your time to breathe, think, maybe listen to a podcast. But splitting your attention, even for a moment, can set the stage for a stroke or serious injury. Your aging brain doesn't juggle sensory signals like it used to. Multitasking while walking pulls focus from your posture, footing, and body's signals. A slurred word, a heavy foot, blurry vision. These are early stroke signs you might miss if you're distracted. Mrs. Donna Harwick, a 67-year-old teacher from Indiana, loved her morning walks with true crime podcasts. It makes time fly, she said. One day, her left leg weakened. She stumbled but kept walking, thinking she was just stiff. A neighbor noticed her pause, saw her face change, called 911. A right hemisphere stroke hit, caused by a clot in her middle cerebral. If I hadn't had earbuds in, she said through tears, maybe I'd have noticed sooner. Your brain's working hard to balance, breathe, and stay aware. A phone call, music, or daydream steals its focus. Every minute without treatment kills 2 million brain cells. So, make walking sacred. No headphones, no calls, no mental to-do lists. Be present. Listen to your body. If something feels off, a tug in your leg, a sudden chill, stop. Call for help. Donna walks with a walker now, no podcasts. I used to escape my thoughts, she said. Now I listen to them. Comment 1 if you're still here. Finally, what if your evening walk is the real danger? Habit 9 might shock you. 9. Walking too late, triggering nighttime spikes. An evening walk feels so right, doesn't it? Cool air, quiet streets, stars above. But walking too late, close to bedtime, can silently disrupt your body and raise your stroke risk while you sleep. At night, between 2 and 4 a.m., your blood pressure spikes during REM sleep. In younger bodies, that's fine. But for seniors with stiff arteries or high blood pressure, it's a vulnerable time. A late walk stimulates your sympathetic nervous system. Heart racing, adrenaline up, vessels constricted. This keeps your body on alert when it should be winding down, setting the stage for nocturnal hypertension and clots. Mr. Dennis Monroe, an 80-year-old veteran from South Carolina, walked every evening at 8 p.m. I love the stars, he said. One night, he didn't wake at 6 a.m. His wife found him, face slack, breathing shallow, a massive ischemic stroke. His blood pressure hit 190/110 at 3 a.m., triggered by late exertion. Dennis walks with help now, no longer drives. I did everything right, he said. But no one told me timing mattered. Walk in the morning or early afternoon. Give your body hours to reset before bed. Dennis learned the hard way, but you don't have to. Your body's changed since 40. The timing, surfaces, shoes, hydration, posture, awareness. They matter more now. Walking's not the danger. Walking without carries. It forms clots, spikes pressure, narrows arteries. All in silence until the morning you don't wake the same. So, walk smarter. Choose flat paths, mornings, friends, water, intention. You're not too old to move, but you're too wise to move carelessly. Margaret Hill, an 84-year-old from Iowa, said after her mini-stroke, I was walking toward health, but in the wrong direction. Let's change that direction together. What's one thing you've learned today you'll apply to your walks? Share it in the comments. Let's support each other. Drop a 1 if this spoke to you, a 0 if it didn't. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom to keep you strong and independent. Here's to walking with purpose. To living life on your terms. One careful, joyful step at a time. Thank you for being here.